Welcome to another edition of the Suitcase Sessions Podcast. I'm your host, Bob Bowman. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. So far, you've learned about the history of the cigar box itself. We've talked to builders and players, as well as performing artists who build. I've also spent some time with Mike Breedlove of MGB Guitars and with Tom Banks of the Mary G. Hardin Center for Cultural Arts in Gadsden, Alabama. So for the 14th episode, I wanted to have a little bit of fun. While I was in Gadsden, I had an opportunity to sit down with my son, Dan Bowman, and his wife, Haley. Now, neither Dan or Haley build or play cigar box guitars, but we sure enjoy our time together, and we had a lot of fun in this conversation. I chose to tape it as though it was a podcast and figured I'd share it with you just for fun. So if you're interested, have a listen or watch. Nevertheless, enjoy. I would say, hey, welcome to this edition of the Suitcase Session Podcast. I'm your host, Bob Bowman. I'm sitting here with Haley Bowman at the Mary G. Hardin Center for Cultural Arts in Gadsden, Alabama. And I want to know a couple things from you, right? I'd like to know what brings you here. How far did you come?
All the way from Winter Haven, Florida.
Winter Haven, Florida. How long of a drive was that? Or did you do it all in one?
It's like 600 miles or something like that.
Was it like 9 hours?
Yeah.
About 9 hours.
9 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So you drove, did you leave this morning?
Yes, 6 a.m.
Oh my goodness, wow. So was it a hard drive?
Dan makes it hard.
With my music.
I'm just kidding.
So you listened to music?
It flew by. We did.
Awesome.
Yeah. But we skipped the country songs because Haley won't do country.
We didn't.
Oh, you
we
didn't?
We didn't skip the country songs. I can only take so much. I try not to be a hater. And I was trying to explain this to Dan. As I've gotten older and more mature, it's like, it's not nice to diss someone's music all the time because people who hate country music really hate it and they're very vocal about it. And I've tried to be less vocal about it.
So you're becoming more tolerant.
I've tried to become more tolerant. Nothing's going to make me like it. But
Now, which groups do you like? Because now we have to tell the world the ones you do like.
Oh,
right. Do you have favorite music?
Dan and I got into a big fight over Journey. I was showing him some of the less mainstream Journey hits.
Like pre Steve Perry?
I think it maybe. I'm actually not. I think it was Steve Perry.
Okay.
I don't know, but just the lesser.
I mean, he was early on too. I'm just saying. I didn't know.
Lesser known hits, and Dan called it elevator music. I thought
it is now.
I was listening to it thinking, because obviously it's familiar to me and I really love it and I grew up with it. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking I was giving Dan some kind of musical education on this is when music was good. Right. And I couldn't believe that he was dissing it so much. He puts it into this category of of just old white guys music that all sounds the same, and he makes fun of those things. That all those bands are the ones that my parents had the best of albums. Right. Like Little River Band. Oh yeah. And Bread.
Yeah, how could you ever diss Bread?
How can you do that? Because that was our wedding dance song. Was by Bread.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
I'm trying to think of the name of it.
We won't show Mom this episode.
Sing a little bit of it.
No, it's the one they wrote the song about his dying father, actually.
Okay,
Isn't that the one you?
Yeah.
I don't remember because they're all so forgettable.
So that was our dance, right?
No,
it's called Everything I Own.
Yeah.
But that was the song we chose, much to all of our brother-in-laws and sister-in-laws, protest. And it was very vocal. And they're like, why would you choose that song? There's 100 or 1,000 other songs in that. But, we were adamant. We liked the song. So that was
your wedding.
That was our first dance wedding song.
Aww.
All right.
So
I'm too harsh on Brett. I get it.
Yeah. I've told Dan before all the albums that we had, the CDs that we had in our car that we'd listen to on long drives. Like I said, there was Bread, there was Little River Band, there was John Denver.
Nice.
And I started naming some others, and he goes, "You guys are so white."
Did you? Well, you had to listen.
So white.
Given your dad's taste, you had to listen to Rush.
Yes, that too. We did listen to Rush.
Because I know he likes Rush a lot. So
yes, I can't believe you guys have never met yet.
Yeah,
I should get you guys together.
I can't believe it either.
He likes music. I remember.
Would you believe we talk online?
Do you?
We've talked on Facebook.
Have you really?
We like Rush.
Yeah. Rush guys got to stick together.
Man, today's Tom Sawyer. He gets high on you. What can I say?
Yeah.
I remember my dad getting the DVDs of their live concerts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. And so you like that genre, but those particular artists.
Rock. Yeah.
Okay, classic rock.
Yeah.
What about rap?
Sometimes. Not really.
I was just going to say, your segue, your opening salvo about country music is exactly how I feel about rap. Although I will admit, classic rap, I would argue there is a classic rap. And that classic rap would include, things from even Will Smith, but Run DMC and, all of the rappers back in the probably, I would say maybe 80 to 86, 7, 8 time frame. That was when you could still understand them without the explicit language. And so I like that stuff.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the Humpty?
Have
you heard their songs?
Yeah.
The guy with the big nose and the glasses. You got to check that out sometime.
Digital Underground.
Those are dance tunes, right? So anyway.
I've done the Humpty. Haley doesn't get that, though.
Okay, well, there's that'll be something for you to explore later in your music.
I've tried.
Or it'll be a new argument altogether.
Yeah.
You never have to argue about the same thing twice, but that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was a good group.
Did you eat any good road food?
We stopped at Bojangles.
Yeah. I thought comparable to Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
I even the Bojangles guy laughed at me when I said that, but I actually thought the sandwich might have been even better.
So I haven't been to a Bojangles maybe decades. They've been around for a long time, but in the South primarily.
Yeah, in Georgia. Yeah.
So it's like Crystal Burger. That's the Southern version of White Castle.
Oh.
Which we also passed. I didn't know what that was.
They are literally White Castle for the South.
Oh, okay.
It is the same. The burger is the same. Everything. It's their version of White Castle.
All right.
I've literally lived my whole life thinking White Castles was a St. Louis thing. Never meet your heroes. It's a shame.
It's like McDonald's.
Yeah. How dare they not be invented in St. Louis?
But anyway, well, it sounds like you had a fun trip. And now you're staying at a great place.
Yeah.
Great.
Sounds like you're a couple rooms down from where I'm at. So sweet. Maybe tomorrow we can get up and go for a run before we come here. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Everybody's giddy with
cardio.
I did bring my tennis shoes just in case.
Excellent. Yeah. We can run across the bridge together. That's what I did this morning. I got up and I went across the river. The elevation gain on the way back on that bridge is way worse than the going over it. For some reason, I don't know how that is. But
how early did you wake up to go?
I left probably about 6 o'clock, something like that. I normally get up far earlier for my runs, but today I thought, I'll sleep in. I want daylight.
It was that you have to go early before it gets too hot.
It was already 66 degrees and 152% humidity. I'm convinced of that.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
No.
So I think we've discovered something, Haley. Here we are. We've talked about, classic rock and elevator music. We've talked about arguments in a vehicle on a 600-mile drive. We've talked about the benefits of Bojangles as it relates to Chick-fil-A. And, that took us down a road. All right. So Dan has now joined us. And I think we're going to switch back to more of a focused on cigar box guitars. And you brought with you, I see, a cigar box guitar.
Yeah, from a very early age, I've been into cigar box guitars, and I'm actually the one that got Dad into all of this.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he invited me onto his podcast today. I brought with me one of the guitars he's made me, and this one is special. I'll try to hold it up here because it's made from a firefighter axe. So I was a firefighter volunteer in Maryland, the Huntingtown Volunteer Fire Department, Station 6, which it shows up here. So he made me this custom guitar, which everyone who knows me knows I love custom things. So made out of a firefighter axe, and I love the fire red cigar box that was utilized, and then also used a sleeve from a fire hose for the what do you call it? The
neck strap?
Yeah, the neck strap. So yeah, I think it's amazing. It is a shame that I can't play the guitar to save my life. I strum it all the time, and I have my wife Haley take some photos and stuff so people on social media think I can play.
Right.
But yeah, no, I love this thing.
That's pretty much all I need. Yeah. And I think what's fitting here is that most firehouses are brick. This is a brick house.
Oh, right, yeah.
Fire for the Huntingtown Volunteer Fire Department, which was Station 6. I just actually was talking to those guys.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
So I was
just like a month ago or something.
Yeah, I was back home for a reunion and got to talk to some of them. But
yeah,
I didn't get to speak to the folks from your era.
Naturally, though, I'm pretty sure, if memory serves, all of those guys knew of my legends. So they were very much aware of me.
Actually, Rife was there, and
was he
inside though? And
okay,
and somebody else was there. That was from your group. He's chief now.
I know Larry Patton was my captain there for a while. Ricky Hayes was one of them. Carol Spriggs. Oh, Brian Thrasher might be one of the leads there now, assistant chief or chief. I don't know. The Griersons might be up there. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw all their names out.
Right. Yeah.
This is a shout out to all of HVFD.
Yeah.
Those are the OGs. Ty Lester was there.
They knew Ty and was all excited because his legend also lives on, apparently.
Man, yeah, those were the days. That was back when men were men.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
absolutely.
Fighting fires, saving lives.
Right.
And now I've got the guitar to prove it. That's all I ever really wanted.
Yeah,
I love it though.
Did they ever send you a patch or anything?
So I asked years ago, I actually asked them for one when I was in Japan because we met some firefighters in Japan who were really nice to us. So I called John Rife and he sent me a bunch of patches that I could give those guys, that crew that we had met that day.
Right.
They do crazy. I know we're supposed to be talking about cigar box guitars, but they were doing these crazy drills in Japan where they throw themselves off buildings and rappel down and slide across these long ropes. It's almost like military training, but that was their fire academy. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
I consider this talking about cigar box guitars because this is the genesis and the story behind your fire department is what ended up being the catalyst.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really cool, and it gives me yet another excuse to tell people that I was once a fireman. And I've got this as well, so I can just kind of slide it into conversation when people are around and say, "Hey, what's that up there?"
Right.
Oh, that's the guitar I don't know how to play, but did you know I was a fireman? long time ago.
Stand by. Let me pull it down for you.
Yeah, let me show you. This is great craftsmanship. Yeah. I really do love it, though. I have it on display in my office at home.
Very cool.
So yeah, it is.
It's been a long time since I saw it, so it's neat to see it again.
Yeah, so Dad's got downstairs here at the museum's got a display, and one of his is on display here at the Blues Museum, and I already have plans to sneak this. Like, I'm going to replace somebody's. I haven't decided whose yet, but I'm going to take someone's off and put mine on so that, like, no one's going to notice, but, at least people will get to view this in mass.
Right.
So,
well, it'll clearly stand out from the crowd with that yellow fire hose on
it's
it.
like, which one of these is not like the other ones?
Because it's part of the build, so.
Yeah, that's part of it, yeah. It's got the specialty hooks for it and everything. Yeah. Where did you get this, by the way?
What?
I never asked you, because you can tell from the black char marks, this hose has been used, like, straight up.
So I went out and went online, and I specifically asked for decommissioned fire hose, but it had to be yellow. I didn't want a white one. I didn't.
Yeah.
And so I found someone willing to sell me, I forget, 20 feet of it. Somehow they were I didn't need the whole reel, obviously, but
you didn't need all 100 foot.
Yeah. But I got enough that I could make, I think in my mind, I measured out, okay, well, give me enough to make 4 straps out of, because what if I screw one up? What if I get the length wrong? And this is a personal thing, right? And, and you try it out and you're like, I don't know how much you need. So you put it on.
Like I can't quite show it on camera, but I mean, it works really well.
Yeah.
And it's comfortable. Like, fire hose for a strap, it's surprisingly comfy because it's so wide.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
it doesn't
probably one of the more comfortable ones you could find.
Yeah.
If you want to carry a 10-pound neck strap with you.
I'm telling you, to all the guitarists out there, watching this in podcast land, you should try this out. Seriously, this is the guitar strap of the future, and I think you need to patent this design. And buy me a house.
So Frieden's fire axe handle. I should patent that whole thing.
Honestly, it's really cool. I don't know, maybe people have done guitars out of fire axes before. I wouldn't really know, but it's the only one I've ever seen. First one I've seen. Cool. And I also appreciated the wood burned notches. So that,
we had to keep with the theme.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Everything had to be charred and fire related.
No, that's amazing. I actually really do like it. It's why I always say it's a shame I don't play. I should try to learn.
Listen, I don't play.
Yeah. And you got guitars as your logos and stuff.
I've got them everywhere.
You just build them. Yeah. These are props. No, what was the song, Haley, that I figured out? I did barely. It was the Seven Nation Army one. Yeah,
by White Stripes.
White Stripes. That's what it was. Yeah, because I think that was the one, because it was mostly just the top.
Yeah, 4s and 7s.
Yeah,
and opens. Yeah, I love it. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I like this thing. It is sweet. Plays well, and if I'm not mistaken, see, I've actually never tried plugging it into an amp. It's got the
strap it up.
Does it go to? Where does it go to? This?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Haley, if you could hit the see the side button there?
If it works.
That one there. Yep.
Let's see.
No, this ought to be good.
Now, I'll give you a choice. Would you like to use a Beatles pick with Ringo's star on the back, or an actual antler made into a pick?
I'm a man's man. I'm going to go antler.
There you go. Yeah. So now you got something to strum it with. What I did not do...
I see this pick. It's made of an antler. Have you showed them this already?
No.
Yeah, this thing feels like you're holding an antler.
Yes, but there's a man downstairs named Michael Woodard who made those and bone slides out of actual antler.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good idea. I like it.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever heard this. It sounds really cool. Yeah, this is awesome. I've never.
In fact, we'll go down to his bucket, and there's a whole bunch more, and we'll see
cool.
if there's a favorite one.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise you can take that too.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me on this episode of the Suitcase Sessions Podcast. It's
welcome.
been a lot of fun.
It has. We're just trying to get the word out. If you don't play a cigar box guitar, you're not cool.
All right. That's definitely, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That would make me not cool. I don't play a
I don't either.